Hello everyone. As you are all aware, the entire world is under the pandemic of COVID 19. Lockdown has caused various problems in businesses and also caused problems in the necessary compliances. Like other countries, India has also released some relaxations and measures to provide some relief to the public. Through this presentation, we will try to capture all such measures which were announced. Starting from the due date extension in case of income tax returns, the revised return due date for AY 1920 corresponding to financial year 2018-19 was 31st of March 2020. This due date has been extended to 30th of June 2020. So if any changes needs to be made in the return for financial year 18-19, there is still an option available since we still have 10 days to file the revised return. Through Finance Act 2020, the government had bifurcated the audit filing and the return filing due dates, which was fixed at 30th of September as well as 31st of October. However, on account of various reliefs and various extension for other due dates, the government has also extended this due date for these two activities. For filing your tax audit and statutory audit reports, the due date has now been moved to 31st of October 2020. The return filing for tax audit assessees has also been extended and is now at 30th of November 2020. For filing the return for assessees who are not under tax audits, the original due date was 31st of July 2020. This has also been extended along with the other due dates and is now at 30th of November 2020. Like income tax returns, the government has also provided relief in filing of the GSTR returns. For the due dates in relation to GSTR 3B, the government has divided the returns into three particular categories. The first category being where the turnover is less than 1.5 crores. The second category where the turnover is between 1.5 to 5 crores. And lastly, the third category where the turnover is more than 5 crores. For the due dates for GSTR 3B for the months April 2020 to May 2020 has been extended to the end of June as well as the first and second week of July. The latest dates or the earliest dates coming up is on the 24th of June for assessees whose turnover is more than 5 crores. Like GSTR 3B, the government has also extended the due dates for GSTR 1. Generally in GSTR 1, the categories, the assessee has an option to either file the return quarterly or monthly depending on the turnover. Now this has been extended to the 30th of June and 31st of June for the months indicated on the slide. Just as there has been an extension in due date for GSTR 3B and GSTR 1, the government has also extended the due date for GSTR 9, which is the annual return, and GSTR 9C, which is the reconciliation. The original due date for this was 31st of March 2020. This has been extended to 30th of September 2020. Some of the other measures or the other due date relaxations provided by the government are as follows. Now, these four due dates are very important considering if any of these compliances are pending, the assessee has 10 days to undertake the compliance. The compliances include making payments for claiming deduction under 80C, which includes your LIC and PF, for making deduction claim under 80D, which is your Mediclaim, and 80G, which is your donation. Now, if any such investments are pending to be made for financial year 1920, the same can be done before 30th of June, which is 10 days from now. The last date for linking your PAN with Aadhaar is also 30th of June. 30th of June also is the last date for issuance of your TDS certificates to your employees and your vendors, as well as filing your TDS return and TCS return for the fourth quarter of financial year 1920. Kindly make note of these 4 important due dates compliances which one needs to undertake. While we have discussed about the due dates extension provided by the government, we are also now looking at some of the other measures which were announced. The Finance Minister had announced Vivad Se Vishwas scheme, where the assessee had an option to pay off the disputed tax without any interest and liability. The last date for making such payment has been extended to 31st of December. If the assessee wishes to take benefit of this particular scheme, the same can be done by paying only the amount of disputed tax, if any, which is pending. Secondly, the government has also announced a reduction in the rate of interest on delayed payment of advance tax, self-assessment tax, TDS, TCS for any payments which were made between 20th of March to 30th of June. The rate of interest has been reduced to 9%. Kindly note, if any such payments are pending to be made, the benefit of the 9% can be taken, since still 10 days are left. Thirdly, the government has taken measures to improve the liquidity in the hands of the public. One such measure was releasing the pending refunds to charitable trust and non-business assessees. Further, the government has also reduced the TDS and TCS rate by 25% for all resident payments. This reduction is applicable from the 14th of May till 31st of March 2021. This will ensure more liquidity in the hands of the assessees. While we have captured most of the important measures announced by the Finance Ministry, we will now look at some of the important updates which have come out in the last 1 week. One important update was where the CBDT released and notified 301 as the cost inflation index for financial year 2021. This figure can be used for your capital gain calculations. Moving to an age where video conferencing will play an important role, Mumbai ITAT from tomorrow will start virtual hearings where the cases will be taken up via video conferencing. On account of the pandemic, businesses have been hit hard. The ultimate result is reduction in profits and ultimately reduction in advance tax paid by the large corporates. As per the news articles available, what we understand is even companies like Reliance and Wipro have deposited less advance tax to the extent of 25 to 30%. Finally, where we all feel liquidity is a huge problem, but it doesn't seem so for a company like Reliance. The Reliance Industries has recently, in the last week, taken its total investments from high profile investors to 1.15 lakh crores. A total of 11 investors have invested in Reliance through the Jio platform. We thank you for listening to our video and we hope you liked it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel Ab Hum Hai. Also, please don't forget to share our video. If you want us to capture any specific topics, we request you to kindly write the same in the comment column and we will ensure that we take it up in our future videos.